morning everyone. This is Shaurya from Market Times TV and now we will discuss the factors that has impacted the global markets yesterday and that's gonna impact today. Rupee today opened at a gain and it was open at 70.78 against the dollar with the gain of 15-16 paise against yesterday. Sensex and Nifty can be said to open with the gain, or we can say max flat. Like Sensex opened with at 39.135 as compared to the yesterday's close of 39,090, while Nifty fell by 10 points and it opened at 11,590. While yesterday it closed at 11,600. So it was, can say like it's almost quite flat. But if you talk about current rate right now, both Sensex and Nifty are going in the red. Rupee ended yesterday about at 70.94 as weak global cues and strong domestic political environment and global sentiment gave them a balance to the rupee. From one side, you have positive data from local markets, but from global cues, there was negative influence. So both of these balanced out each other, while we also saw inflows from the FPIs. Indian markets continued their good run yesterday. Sensex gained more than 1,000 points and closed at 39,090, while Nifty also gained more than 300 points to close at 11,600. Nifty IT and Nifty Energy are today in the green right now. But if we talk about yesterday Nifty Bank was the biggest gainer and he ruled the stage as it gained more than 1,500. While Nifty in FMCG was also gained more than 12,050 yesterday. And advanced, if we talk about today, advanced decline ratio. Okay, let's compare advanced decline ratio of yesterday. Yesterday, advanced decline ratio was quite balanced on Sensex. Like 16 stocks were in green and 15 were in red. But if we talk about today advanced decline ratios are also like bit changed. Like 14 stocks are in advanced right now and 17 stocks are in decline. And on Indian market, RIL is the biggest gainer right now. And it has gained more than around 4.42%. Vedanta has gained 2.253%, Tech Mahindra has gained 2.32%, and Infosys have also gained more than 2%. It is trading at with a gain of 2.13%. So these are the companies right now which are the biggest gainers on the Sensex. And on Nifty, if we talk about advanced decline ratio of Nifty, so 19 stocks are in advance and 31 stocks are in decline in Nifty, and Nifty is down by 16 points, or we can say down by 0.15%. Or it also seems that weak global data has started impacting the Indian markets today, and positive sentiment which came after corporate tax has started fading out. While yesterday FPIs were big net buyers and they bought equities of 2,684 crore, and that's a huge amount after we have seen quite a big outflow in the recent times. Now let's talk about the other factors. Economic data released on Monday, especially from Europe, took everyone by a huge surprise. As see, analysts had forecasted PMI numbers to be France, Germany and Europe to be negative and not good, but they did not even expect this huge fall, and since the numbers were worse than expected, that's why there was a decline. PMI numbers from Germany were worst in 10 years. Its manufacturing PMI came at 41.4 and that presented very negative signal to the markets. Therefore, European markets were not good yesterday right now. IHS reported that manufacturing index for the whole Europe was at its 6-year low. The manufacturing index of US, however, was reported to be highest in the 5 months, while IHS market reported that its services index of US was at its 2-month high. So US stock markets were quite stable and we can say flat. At one point they have good domestic data, but from international data from Europe were negative. So they balance out each other and that's why they were quite flat. Dow increased by 1% while Nasdaq fell by 1%. But same cannot be said about European stocks and they tanked a lot due to low PMI. Euro stocks fell by 0.8% while DAX fell by 1%. Asian stocks are a bit higher today despite discouraging PMI numbers from Japan. Manufacturing data from Japan showed that its value has fallen from 49.3 last time to 48.9 this time, and writers have also reported that this is the fastest fall since February, like it's the biggest fall in 7 months. So it was, and another worrying factor was that it is reported that Indian new orders of sales have also fallen. So that is also a worrying sign. And the number below 50 means contraction, while number above 50 means expansion. But services PMI, however, remained above 50 and they were 52.8, while they were also below last time. Mild decline we can say, like last time it was 53.3 and this time it was 52.8. Still, Asian markets are today quite green. Nikkei is up by 0.13%, Shanghai is up by 0.69%, HSI is up by 0.28%, ASX is up by 0.08%, and Kospi is up by 0.28%, but Indian stock markets happily are not positive right now, but we can say it's almost, them are quite flat. We can still expect as the day moves on, if we get some new news, then things might turn better for the Indian markets. Now, if we come to political scenario, trade tensions between US and China are becoming very confusing. At one point, China did not visit the US agriculture land, but then they said US asked them to do that. While Trump said that he did not want partial deal with the China and he want complete deal. At the same time, both the countries, however, concluded the meetings was positive, and Steven Mnuchin also reported that they will be continuing to the meet which is there for next month. Now let's move to the UK. Reuters have reported that the Labour Party in Europe, in England, will come up with 2 Brexit policies, and then those 2 policies, one will be to do another referendum on whether they want to actually do a Brexit or they want to stay in Europe, and second one will be to defer the decision on Brexit until the elections get over. So these 2 are the major decisions. And now another big news which impacted the European stock market specifically yesterday, and there's big small impact on other markets, that was British travelling company Thomas Cook, one of the major companies of travelling and a huge blue chip company, has collapsed due to its debt was piling up and it is unable to come up with any new rescue plan or a new deal that can save a company. So it is on the verge of bankruptcy, and if the company files for bankruptcy and it gets completely collapsed, then it is reported that due to this there will be fall on jobs of 22,000 people, and those many amount of people might lose the job. In the middle of all these tensions, the tension in the Middle East has also started to rising up, because UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson also added the tone of US and they joined the hands with US, and according to Boris Johnson, Iran was behind the attack on Saudi, and there will be a joint discussion and between Europe, UK and USA, and they will come up with a joint action and response. Then Germany and France also supported the tone of Trump and US, and they also supported the proposition that Iran was actually behind the attack on Saudi oil fields. While Reuters have told that 75% of lost production in drone attack during Saudi has been restored. So that has brought some confidence in the supply stability. But not to forget that the trade tensions on oil prices were still down a bit today, and after the attack they have actually started falling, because the prices are falling nowadays because supply has been restored, and weak economic data also indicates there will be fall in demand. So due to that there was fall in price, and Brent is trading between 65, 64 and 65, and if we talk about current trade, Brent is trading at 64.44 with a fall of 0.51%, and WTI crude is trading at $58.39 per barrel with a fall of 0.43%. So both of these indicate that there is a mild fall, and that is mainly due to the bearish forces acting out of supply stability, and second factor is the fall in demand. So fall in demand and increase in supply both are impacting the bullish trend. However, Middle East tensions due to Saudi Arabia attacking on Houthi field is also adding the touch of bullish trend, because if tensions rise, the supply might fall very fast. But another thing to be noted is that these are the future concerns regarding political tensions. There might be war between Iran and US, and there might be war between Saudi and Iran, and Europe is also joined. But it has not happened till now. while economic data is presented in front of us. So economic data is giving more weightage right now than the political tensions, and that's why oil prices have fallen. So in that sense, we can say that if unless tensions won't start rising, oil price might stay around this range or fall a bit more. That can be said, as trade talk uncertainty and PMI data are also portraying the fall in economy. Hence prices are down and they might went above. Now let's talk about the gold prices. Yesterday, due to trade war uncertainty and fall economy, gold price gained quite a momentum and they went above $1,530 per ounce in a yesterday's session, while silver also went above $18.7 per ounce, as economic data showed that Germany might go into the recession, and that brought fear in the mind of people, and investors went towards the safe haven, which is none other than the gold. However, besides gold, it also to be noted that yields and bond of US are also quite safe haven. So that's why we also saw rise in the bond prices. And if we talk about dollar also increased as investors move away from risky assets towards the safe haven, and that is comes in as we told, it's US Treasury. So obviously people invested more in US Treasury, and to do that they have to buy dollar. That's why dollar also rose. So that's it for right now. We'll stay with you. Bureau Report, Market Times TV.
आपको अगर हमारा वीडियो पसंद आया है तो इसे लाइक करें, साथ ही YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और मोर अपडेट्स जानने के लिए बेल आइकन को दबाना न भूलें।